Good morning, everybody. Silas back again today. We got a busy one. Skylar's on his way in now with a couple trucks. Actually, I think he dropped one off yesterday and he's on his way in now with another one. So I'm going to go back out there and unload him. I got Skylar unloaded. He's leaving now. This is the truck he had on. An old mid-70s Ford. This truck's originally from Hutchinson. It was an old Jim's water and wood truck. That was an old pool place that was here, and decks and that sort of stuff. But it's old enough to where it's got 316 area code for Hutchinson, and we haven't had a 316 area code since I was a kid. So it's been parked that long. It's got a heavy iron dump bed on the back of it. Looks like it's full of trash, so that's nice. We'll have to empty all that out. Haven't really looked at them. I bought these based off of one picture, but I mean, for the price I couldn't say no. It didn't really matter what condition they were in. It's got a vacuum gauge and the speedometer, no tack. It's a pretty cool instrument cluster. It's got a padded dash. That's kind of unusual in one of these. Oh, and it's an automatic. Oh, this must have one of those old Allisons in it. That's pretty cool. I don't think I've ever had one of these with an Allison automatic. I know they made them. I've had some GMs with them, but I've never had a Ford. So that might be worth a little bit. I don't know. I'll have to do some research. I believe there we go. Couldn't get it to look close. I believe the listing said that this one here, the engine still turns. The yellow one doesn't. We'll look at it in a minute. I'm going to open the hood on this one here, see what's under the hood. Nothing special, just an old Ford FT engine. They used to buy these for cores because a lot of these, the basic block itself, I believe, is the same as a regular 360 Ford. But we'll worry about that later. I'm not too worried about it right now. I'll try to advertise that Allison automatic. That hood's stuck. Can't get it to close. I'm going to have to use both hands on that. Let's go check out the yellow one. This one here is a little bit older. This would be a 72 or older. F700. The radiator's already out for me on this one. That's handy. Let's see here. What do we got in here? Oh, this one has the tack in it. And it's a Stewart Warner tack too. That's pretty cool. So yeah, that'll be worth a little bit of money there. It's only a 4,000 RPM, but still, those Stewart Warner tacks are pretty good. Have to grab this radiator out here before somebody else does for me. It's got another rock hauler bed on this one. Pretty heavy duty. These are cool old trucks. Yeah, another FT engine. This one here is marked 361. Alternator warning. Huh. Yeah, this truck has air brakes and air hookup for a trailer and all that sort of stuff. Both of these trucks, I'm probably just going to cut the noses off of them for wall hangers and pull the instrument cluster out of this one, maybe a few other dash parts. Then the red one, same thing, cut the nose off, pull the instrument cluster. I'll probably go ahead and save the motor and transmission out of this one. And then beyond that, they're just going to go on to the shredder. I've got quite a few big trucks in here. It's basically the same story for all of them. Just got to cut all these noses off. This truck here I might hang on to for a little while yet. Wish I had time to get it done now while price is up, but I just don't have any more time to be out here. Here's another one here with a tack in it. Pull a few valuable parts off of them and send them on in. People give me grief for cutting these old trucks up and scrapping them and that sort of stuff, but I mean, it's a free country, anybody can buy them, and I just happen to be the one that buys them. So they'll sit there on marketplace and nobody will buy them and nobody will buy them, so I'll buy them and I'll bring them out here and scrap them, and then everybody says, oh, you should have sold that. Well, if it wouldn't sell on marketplace, it's not going to sell if I put it on marketplace. So I might as well get the money out of it and send it on down. As you can see, I'm kind of running out of room. I've got this last little area right here that I can put vehicles in. I got enough room right here to put probably another 20 big trucks or so. That area over there is full. Pretty much everything up there is full. I got room for probably another 30 cars or so up there. And then after that, I'm out of room because I don't want to put any cars out here in this field. Those of you that watch my vlogs know that I want to keep this kind of just growing wild, other than taking all these thorn trees out that are growing out there. But that's enough of this yard. We are going to hit the road and head back to the main yard. I call it the main yard. It's really not the main yard. Our biggest yard is the one my dad runs on the other side of town, but the yard that I run usually is the one that has scales and all that sort of stuff. So I call it the main yard because it's the main yard that I work at. So I guess it depends on how you look at it. Well, I made it back over here. Looks like there's a couple cars in here that my dad must have dumped off. Other than that, it looks about the same. Oh, there's 3 cars. Okay, so yeah, 3 vehicles that weren't here when I left. So about the same as what it was. I kind of did a dumb thing though. I haven't been here in a month and a half, so I quit carrying my keys for this yard, and they're laying on the floor of my truck right now. And so I'm sitting here in a loader. It's about a 25 to 30 minute drive to get back to my truck if I take the loader. So do I spend the next hour getting my keys, or do I try to find somebody to give me a ride? That's the question. I managed to get a hold of my dad. He's dropping off a truck actually out there at my place right now, where I just was. An old International or something like that. I don't know. We'll check it out later. But he's going to unload it out there, and then he's going to come over here and unlock the gate for me and give me a ride back out there so I can get my truck. Until that happens, though, I decided to come over here. This is a tanker truck that we bought quite a while ago. You may remember it in one of my vlogs. I've just never been able to find somebody to help me haul it over there. And so I figured, you know what? Forget it. I'm just going to drive over here, grab it with the loader, and carry it back to the yard. And if people don't like the way I drive, they can get off the sidewalk. I'm blocking the whole road with this big old beast. She's a heavy beast, much heavier, and I wouldn't be able to carry it like this. But not a big deal. We're going to get it done. I've been trying to get this done for I don't even know how many months now, 4, 5, 6 months, however long it's been. I had one person come flying up on me about 50 miles an hour in a 30-mile-an-hour zone, acting all hot to trot, but I think they thought they were going to try to get me to go faster or something like that, but they finally gave up and went the other way. Like I've said before, I'm the king of sketchy loads. This is a pretty sketchy load right here. Luckily, it's only 2 blocks. This truck's actually not that big size-wise. It's got a pretty short wheelbase. It's just very heavy because of this heavy steel bed on it and tank and all that. It is empty though. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's got the fuel tank on it still, so I'll have to take that in and drain it. What I usually do on these here is I just cut the straps and drop the whole tank. Makes life a whole lot easier. Then I can take the tank in and just drain it by itself without having to carry the whole truck in the yard. Not sure what engine's in this. 6500 V8. Pop the hood on it real quick and take a peek. That's a big old engine, that's for sure. It's got a big old carburetor on it too. Big old copper radiator. Everything about this truck is big. Probably going to go ahead and give her the squeeze. Actually, I won't be able to squeeze this one. It's too long to fit in the crusher. It's probably about 22 feet long. It won't quite fit. So what I'll do with this one here is I'll pull the tanks, pull the radiator, maybe pull the carburetor if I get rambunctious. I don't know if there's any dash parts in it or not. Let's check. Oh, nothing good. So yeah, we'll just pull a few parts off of it for scrap, and then I'll rip a couple holes in this tank bed, load it up on my trailer, and haul it on in. Well, Mr. Good Pliers came out. He wanted to buy a car from me today, and so he gave me a ride over here. So I got the loader out now, got it warmed up. I'm gonna grab the forks and set it on his trailer. I got a few people bringing junk cars out today. I'll show you that old International, and there's supposed to be another old car coming later this afternoon, and the guy's supposed to be here pretty soon on that 41 Chevy. So we got a lot going on, so got plenty of content to film. Got it loaded up, ready to go. If you want to see more about that, you'll have to check out his channel. Mr. Good Pliers here, getting used transmission fluid out.
Too cheap to buy it new.
Too cheap to buy it new. And too honest to steal it from his neighbor.
The new stuff that you buy has a lot of harsh additives in it. And this old, dark, original fluid is a lot easier on the bands and clutches. I'm not superstitious about anything except for transmission fluid. Every vehicle I've ever changed fluid and filter with the new stuff, eventually the trans went out. Every one that I've poured used fluid back in with a paint filter either died of some other cause or is still running. Maybe that's not superstitious, maybe that's like educated.
Yeah.
educated superstition, we'll call it.
Lunk. Just got a few junk cars in. I found, I think, like 11 cents in this van, and I found a penny in this car here. I didn't have my camera going. This truck here, I see a bunch of money laying on the floor though, so I'm going to film it. Did get me a good receiver hitch. It's just an El Cheapo, but you know, it's a 2-inch with a pretty big drop on it. You never know when you might need that for something, so let's see what we can find. This truck here, they put an 8-inch lift on it, and they couldn't handle it, and they rolled it. If I can squeeze in here. And there we go. We got a dime and a penny, and a quarter and a penny and a dime, and a quarter and a penny, up to almost $1. Oh, there's a dime. So yep, we're over $1 now. Oh, there's a quarter. Oh, it's different. Oh, that's a centennial quarter, 1776 to 1976, or bicentennial, I should say. That's pretty cool. That'll go in my junkyard treasure pile. I got here another penny. There's some sort of trinket back here. Let's see what it is. I don't know what it is. Good quality junkyard treasure though. Let's see if there's anything else in here. There's a penny down here I missed. Nope. Don't see anything else. I already pulled the battery out of this, and the tank got a hole ripped in it in the wreck. Wheels are gone, converters are gone, so it's ready to go actually. So I've got it and that black Ford over there. What I'll do is I'll load those up in my trailer today before I leave, and that way tomorrow I can come in here and get the Dodge and drive it over to the other yard, and on the way I can drop those off at the Claw. They're here for the 41, so we're going to get it loaded up. Got a bunch more antiques headed out. Noses, pumps, you name it, all sorts of neat stuff. Headed down to Texas. We're loaded up, ready to go. They want to buy an extra grill that I have in the building in storage, so we're going to go get that now. Well, we're done here. He's getting ready to head out now. He's going to put that on a Cummins chassis. He's going to rework it all, fix it all up nice, paint it. He bought that grill from me, so that'll replace that rusty one there. And a couple of headlights and that sort of stuff, so he'll be able to do some work to that, get it all fixed up nice. Then he'll have a nice cruising truck. And I'm definitely glad to see it going to a good home. That way it'll be fixed up and appreciated. That way I don't have to cut it up. There it goes, headed back to, I believe it said Virginia. So it's got a long drive. Good morning, we're back again today. Yesterday, once we got that truck loaded up and sent out, I had some people bring some junk in, I had some other stuff going on, and I just got sidetracked and never did finish the vlog. I didn't record a whole lot yesterday anyway, so I'll just continue it today. Here's one of the vehicles that came in. Got the loader warming up now. What's left of an old Ford camper. They ripped off most of the body. There's a little bit of trash left up on the ceiling, but not enough to matter. And then it does have the wood floor on it, but they ripped off even part of that, so there's not that much there. It'll be fine. I'll set a car on the back of this and everything will be fine. They got the propane tank out of it and everything like that for me, so it's a good clean load. It's not top of the line quality, but it'll do. They're talking snow coming in this afternoon, 1 to 2 inches, so hopefully that misses us, although we could use the moisture, but I'd rather get the moisture on a weekend when I don't have to work in it. And I never did get time to show you guys this truck. Like I said, there's not much left of it. It's got some kind of neat writing on the door. It's kind of faint, but it kind of makes those doors neat. Just an old 3/4 ton. But what's cool about this truck is that it's got that factory sliding rear window that rolls up and down in it. That's a pretty cool thing. This is out of the late 30s, I believe. And somebody might want this whole cab. It's kind of rusty though, so I don't know. I mean, if somebody was doing a crew cab project or something like that where they were making a custom crew cab, this would probably be a good donor right here. The hood's in there, but there's no front clip, unfortunately. I wish it had the front clip, but that's okay. Dash is kind of rough, but like I said, if a person was just taking another cab and wanting to chop up a second cab and put them together and make a crew cab, which I've sold cabs for that before, this would be the perfect one to do that with. If I can get that sun glare off of it. There we go. If anybody is interested in this cab, shoot me an email. I'd probably take like $300 for this cab if anybody's interested. Ooh, it's freezing cold out here today. Way different than yesterday. Yesterday got pretty warm, but man, today it's about, I think, 10 degrees right now. My fingers are frozen just from walking around filming. But this truck here and that Dodge are both ready to go. So I want to get both of those and push the roofs in, stack them on the trailer, and haul that load in as well. That's just fantastic. I have replaced the wheel bearings in this rear end twice now, and they're puking fluid worse now than they ever have before. So there went all my plans for today. Can't get a hold of a mechanic, but I went ahead and unhooked my trailer. I've got a few catalytic converters in the back of this truck I'll put in my other truck so I can take them away from here. And I guess I'll drop it back off again. Last time it took it 2.5 weeks to get it fixed, so hopefully it doesn't take that long this time. Well, kind of good news. I got a hold of the mechanic and he said that he can replace that seal today. It'll be later this afternoon and it'll be done. But I guess that's better than being shut down for a whole week or something like that again. I'm with my dad now. He came pick me up, give me a ride. We're gonna get something to eat, but we came by here. He's got the sewer guy working on something. But this house here is the one that I grew up in when I was a little kid. That was the house I grew up in. And the next door was my grandma's house. And then later on through the years, my dad bought this house. Then when I got out of high school, I moved into this house until I got married. And we started having kids, and that's when I moved into the house that we're in now. Just kind of a blast from the past. A lot of memories out here in this house, playing in the backyard, crushing pop cans, pretending they were cars. Now we're out buying some junk cars. Then we'll go grab something to eat. The steering wheel's locked, but it'll just rub that rail and it'll be okay. You learn all the tricks when you're hauling junk cars. We're back out here now again after we picked up that car, dumped it off. Then we went and picked up a load of Gaylord boxes. We were getting ready to ship out a load of catalytic converters, so we had to get those and got that taken care of, dumped those off in the building. Now Skyler is here. He's got a load of old Ford trucks for me. I'm not 100% sure what I bought. I got just a couple poor pictures of these. That's what I bought them based off of. But looks like one big truck, cabin front clip, and then it looks like a half-ton there at the very back on the bottom. No doors on it, but maybe it's got a good frame or something like that. So we'll get these unloaded, then we'll take a better look at them. Got them unloaded. He's heading out. We'll kind of go through here and take a look at these things. This old F1 is probably the loser of the bunch. It's pretty rough on the front end. It's missing a lot of the trim. The headlight rings are gone. One headlight's completely gone. So this is, like I say, probably the loser of the bunch. It does have a good half-ton frame though. Back of the cab will probably sell eventually. It's got a few dash parts in it. Rear view mirror. So it's got a few parts on it. We'll try to do okay on it. The big truck is honestly probably the winner of the bunch. It's got what I would consider a premium nose on it. That for a wall hanger will sell way better than most noses. That's the top of the line nose there. Oh, all three of them do have radiators, so that's a cool bonus. This one's got the old original flathead in it. Don't know if it turns or not. I guess we'll try it, see what happens here. Nope, she's stuck tight. I figured it would be. Things have been sitting out in the field for a million years. But yeah, it's got a really good quality nose on it. It's got some pretty cool doors. Back of the cab is pretty cool. It's missing the glass, which kind of hurts it, but it'll still sell. Well, there's a bonus. There's an extra grill laying in here, so for a wall hanger. Got a few dash parts in it. 51 and 2 were different than 48, 9, and 50. And they repop a lot of stuff for the 48 through 50, but the 51 and 2, like this one, they don't repop quite as much stuff. So like that glove box door, and well, most of the other parts are gone, but it's got a glove box door. And then this one here, he said it has a 383 Chrysler in it. I don't know if it's a 2-barrel, 4-barrel, what year it is, if it's one of the good ones or one of the junk ones. But this one's pretty rough. This one actually got burnt at some point in time. I guess they used to have like 50 or 60 old cars out in their field, and they all burned years ago. Most of them just got burnt to a crisp, so they crushed them all. But these old trucks survived, kind of. So, but this one's got a headlight ring and nose. I have this piece here. It fell off, but I do have it, so this will be a decent nose. Just got to do a little bit of body work here. When they were loading it, they crunched it a little bit, but that'll fold back out. I'll just take the loader, put the fork behind it, and shove it out. So that there will be a pretty good selling nose as well. I don't know if there's anything inside this one or not. Yeah, it's all burnt, crispy, so probably nothing good there. Don't know if that hood will open. It looks like a solid rat nest in there up to the top of the hood, so I'm guessing whatever engine is in there is probably just junk. Check out that rat nest. That was somebody's motel luxury resort right there. That one's packed clear full. I see a rat nest all the time, but you don't see them quite that full. Actually, that's really shocking because of these slits right here. A lot of times rats won't build nests under hoods that have airflow under them because they're not nearly as warm, and maybe that's why they build it up so high, was to stay warm in there. But yeah, there's some good stuff here. The engine in this one here, even just for parts, we'll probably go ahead and save it. That is the good flathead. Then other than that, the frames and chassis, that sort of stuff will all go in the scrap, except for the half ton. Like I said, I'll probably try to sell that frame. And now it is snowing out here. It's coming down a little bit. The sun's barely poking through the clouds. They're saying about 2 inches this afternoon, so we'll see if it happens. Right now it's just light flurries. This won't accumulate to anything, but it might pick up later. And then next week they're saying it's supposed to rain and snow a bunch in the middle of the week, so looks like winter is finally here. We've had a few cold days. I guess we've had a couple snows now that I think about it. The last time we got a real snow, I was sick, so I didn't go out in the weather. But if it snows a bunch this time, we get a bunch of snow on these old cars out here, I'm for sure going to come out here and make a video of that, because it's just so cool being able to walk around old cars that are just covered in snow. And there's a bunch of them out here. Getting more and more, seems like. I've sold quite a few lately, but still got a bunch more left. And I got all these tractors. I know I've had a bunch of people asking me to make a video tour of all my tractors. I'll for sure do that, but I'm probably going to do that when it's a little bit warmer, because like right now I've been filming for about 5 minutes and my fingers are already starting to go numb. So they didn't get my truck done quite yet. I'm not sure what the holdup on it is. They said they had one other car in the stall first. They were going to get it done and they get my truck in there. So evidently something's not right somewhere. So I'm not sure what happened there. So I'm probably not going to get it back till tomorrow. I was wanting to haul that load in there and I got one other load, but looks like that's not going to happen. Whenever the truck does get done, I'm going to have to run over here, grab my trailer. I'll probably just haul this one load in and leave the other one for another day. That way I can get back to the main yard and start working there. So I'm not going to close this out just yet. Tomorrow's going to be a pretty crazy day, so I'm not really going to be able to film much. So I'll probably just go ahead and film taking this on into the shredder. And if I haul the other load in, I'll do that. And then I've got a tanker truck I'd like to haul in as well. So we'll see what happens, but I'll record all that tomorrow and I'll just add it onto this. The sketchy load king strikes again. This one isn't too bad, just a little bit sketchy. It's gonna be a little bit butt heavy, but that's okay. I'll just take it nice and slow and we'll be just fine. Boy, they're really burning off the natural gas today. That's their vent right there. It's not normally that big of a flame. What's really cool is at nighttime when they got the flame burning really big like that, boy, it lights this whole area up. Pretty cool. Doesn't want to cooperate. There guys. Found it. Dragging my truck backwards. Well, we got it off there. I had to lock my trailer and my truck brakes, and he had to slide it off the back, and it was a big boom. Made my tires come off the ground on the rear of my truck, but we got her. And that was a really sketchy load driving with that thing. I mean, I was 30 miles an hour top speed. Any faster than that, and my truck started wagging its tail back and forth, walking all over the road. So that was pretty scary. One thing I really think I'm going to do is take my spare tire off. If I take my spare tire off and throw it in the back of the truck, that I could have set that whole load forward probably another 2.5 feet. The problem is they had that big iron bumper on it right up against my tire, and so I didn't have a choice of where I put it at. I couldn't put it any farther forward, whereas if I could have scooted it forward 2.5 feet, it would have been a pretty balanced load and I wouldn't have had any issue. I could have went full speed all the way. So I think that's going to be something I do later. I don't have my impact here with me today, or else I'd do that. There we go. Once again, this in here is probably a little, well, I think I got it loaded pretty good. That top truck doesn't have a motor and it's got a great big tractor wheel on the back of it. And then I did scoot the whole thing forward, but both of these trucks have junk in the back of them and no tailgate. So I didn't want stuff blowing out all over the road. So I had to load them backwards. If I didn't have my spare tire on here once again, I could have scooted it forward a little bit further, but didn't want to risk ripping out my tire. But this is going to be the last load out of here today. I'm going to take this in, dump it off. I'll probably close the vlog out there. And then I'm going to go to the other yard, start working there for a while, but I don't think I really have anything exciting going on today. I'm back here at the yard, ready to get to work again in here. Kind of a bummer unloading that last truck. When he picked it up and that tailgate slid out the back, it landed right on my controller box. I think everything's okay inside, but it broke the box and now it's going to fill with water. So I need to get me some electrical tape or something and wrap that up. I'm going to haul a few loads in yet today. I got this, I don't know what this is. Is this a BMW? Maybe? Kind of looks like a BMW. I don't really know what it is. Got one aluminum wheel in it, but I'll pull that out, haul it down there. This big tanker truck, I've got to drain the other tank. This tank on this side was empty, so I was able just to rip it off. The other tank's full of fuel, so I'm going to actually have to unbolt it. That way I can take it in there and drain it. And then it's got a radiator in it as well, but it's full of antifreeze, so I'm going to have to drain the antifreeze out of it. So I'm probably not going to haul this in today. Probably wait till tomorrow or another day for that. I've had a bunch of people asking about this tractor over here. It's available. If somebody wants it, first person to send me $600 gets it. Then I've got that Mustang body over there, so I got a few things I can haul in real quick. But you guys have seen me haul a lot of stuff in. I'm not going to film any more today. I'm going to try to hustle and get some work done. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. You kind of got to see a little bit of stuff coming in, a little bit of stuff going out. Some stuff went out as nice, some stuff went out as junk. If you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already. I hope you have a fantastic day, and remember to get out there and find an adventure. We'll see you next time.